Hi, my name is Christy Floyd and I'm your virtual librarian this semester, and today I'd like to show you a few databases that will be useful for your upcoming project. So from the college's homepage, you want to go to Academics and Library LRC. Okay, so now we're at the library homepage. What you'll need to go to is the Databases button, and that'll give you a full list of our databases sorted by their subject matter. Alright, so for our purposes today, two of our databases we're going to look at under all subjects and one under business. Granted, you can use any of these databases. They're all fantastic. I'm just going to show you three that I think stand out for this particular assignment. Alright, so the first one we'll look at is Google Scholar, since we're all pretty familiar with Google. Alright, we're used to this interface. The difference here is it's only looking within scholarly journals and scholarly materials rather than just out to .com sites and other more popular or product selling type of sites. Alright, so you can either type in your search in the search box as you're used to, or if you click this drop down, it takes you to an advanced search. I'm going to look at social responsibility, and that is a phrase, so I would put it within this box because it will include it together. So both of those words always have to be together in what it's searching for, rather than separately. And I get a ton of results, as you can see from here, 701,000. I could reduce that number. I can look at the time span. You know, perhaps I would like to keep this to the last 5 or 10 years. I can also exclude patents and exclude citations by clicking on these and removing them, because I really don't need to look at those. But the most important thing I want to show you is over here to the right is you'll see that there's a list that says PDF and this Find at Chesapeake College. When you see these links to the right, that generally means you can get into the full text of that article. A lot of times when you have one that looks like this with nothing to the right, sometimes it will link out to a full article, but a lot of times it just goes to a citation, and you can't have access to the full article without paying for it. So you want to pay most attention to the ones that you see that have a PDF to the right or have the Find at Chesapeake College, because they're the articles you're most likely going to have access to. And don't be discouraged, because there is a lot in Google Scholar, and I think it's an excellent source. So, okay, we have this Find at Chesapeake College. Let's take a look at this one with corporate social responsibility. This is going to link out to an intermediary page, which gives you the full information about this article, where it's from, what volume and issue, and it's telling us that we apparently do have this in one of our databases called ProQuest. If I click on this, it will take a little bit of time, and from your end, when you're searching from home, it's going to give you a pop-up page asking for a username and password to log into our services. So the username and password is this: Chesapeake, all lowercase, Y65 Mills, with Mills being all uppercase. So please write this down or come back and review this video. You will need this to get into the databases from home. Alright, our article should be up. And here you'll see we have the full article, we have the abstract. I recommend reading the abstract first for any of these, because a lot of the articles tend to be 10 to 14 pages long, if not longer. The abstract saves some time to see if it's going to be of use to you. Another nice thing is most of our databases do have tools. They may be at the top or down to the side, allowing you to cite, to print the article, or to export and save if you want to put it in a flash drive. Okay, so that is Google Scholar in a nutshell. Just please enjoy it. It's fantastic. You know, I can add to my search if I wanted to. I was thinking maybe Oil Well Varco, but if I wanted to be more broad, I could certainly just do "and oil," and then it's going to be along the lines of what the industry is that I'm looking for. So consider that as well as a more in-depth search that you might be doing. Okay. Alright, so out of Google Scholar. Next one we want to look at, and if we go back to our databases page, which is here, is the directory of open access journals. Okay, this is a bit different. You want to select articles, otherwise it's going to bring up journals too, and that can be confusing because you're looking for actual articles. And I'm going to do my social responsibility. And I'll keep an oil in there too. I like that. If I click enter, I have 14 results. And it looks good for what I would be looking for. And you'll see here to the right, I have English and French as an option. If I had just done social responsibility without the oil, depending on how large your topic is, you can get a zillion different languages here. So sometimes it's easier to just say, okay, I want English, because in my case I don't understand French as much as I would like to. So then I can see what is written in English. You'll notice that sometimes there may be a publication fee, or different fees that might be charged, but in most cases you're going to find that it's free. So that's why I'm encouraging this particular database. You'll notice that we have a linked into the abstract. Again, that's a great place to start. Keywords, if you're having struggle with your search, maybe oil wasn't the right way to go, maybe I should have something more particular, or this database understands it differently, that would give me some ideas. And of course the full text and the ability to export it. Okay, so I think this is a really neat database to look into with a whole lot of sources. Right, and the third one I wanted to show you, if we scroll up, now both of those were under all subjects, and the next one we want to look at is under business. We have it highlighted. It's an excellent source. So you want to go into Business Source Premier, and from here put in my search. I'm going to keep it broad because I want to show you a few things. If I do the search, you'll see that I have a huge amount of results, and this may happen to you. If it does, don't worry. The first thing I recommend you do is select full text, because there is some results that just give a citation, much like Google Scholar, and you want the full text because that's just frustrating when you don't get what you need. And you are required to have some peer-reviewed sources, so you might want to click that too, and then you don't have to worry. Everything that comes up will be from a peer-reviewed journal. And again, you can play with the date by messing with the little scroller here if you want it to be more recent. And I'll do update. Okay, so that significantly lessened my results. It's probably more pinpointed to what I'm looking for. And the other thing I can do, you can select by source type, which I don't think is really useful for you in this case scenario. But subjects and related topics are excellent, because that will give you ideas of other ways you could say perhaps the same thing. Or maybe you hadn't thought, oh, the moral and ethical aspects might be more interesting, or it gives you ideas along the same lines of what you search for how the database is understanding your search. But these are the terminology that the databases use within this. So that's a great tool if you wanted to further define your subject and get it more targeted. Another nice aspect, if I scroll down here, is that I can limit by geography. If I want to just look in the United States, I can look by company. Now in that case I probably would have put my company in there. But that can give you some ideas as well, or by industry if you want to keep it more broad. In this case, since I was looking at oil, that would keep it more broad. And you may want a broad view of what that industry as a whole is doing. So that's very, very helpful to the left. Feel free to play with that and use it to your advantage to get very fine-tuned search. The other thing we have over here to the right is a chat. So as long as the library is open, we are online, and you can feel free to type in a question here, click ask, and that will come to us, and then we're in real time with you to help you with your search if you're struggling. Okay, so please use that. We're right here to help you, even though we're not physically in front of you. We are here. Okay, so that's a real quick look at Business Source Premier. It's excellent. I believe between these three sources you should have excellent luck within this project. If you should need any further help, please contact us, and we would be happy to help you in any way. And remember, if you go back to the library homepage, you can also chat with us directly here. Okay? Thank you.